right, so the first act, please welcome Liz Edrington and Lori Jean.
All right, can you guys hear me? Why, hello there. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to jump right to it. I love wordplay. And a couple of months ago when I was in Haiti, I was preparing some English lessons there and found this big ESL book that had lists of idioms in it. And I had this new tool to play with once I discovered these idioms because we use them in everyday language. It's a part of speech that, or a little, I guess, piece of language that we use. Little phrases like beat around the bush and like, Lori, remember when my fish kicked the bucket? We had to flush it down the toilet. So we use these things, we don't even think about them. And so I began dreaming of different ways I can incorporate idioms into my everyday life, which might be, you know, games with kids in the car or anything. And what happened was Bernard asked me if I'd like to be involved with this, and all of a sudden it became available to use idioms in a song. So I created a song where there are a plethora of idioms, and it's a dialogue between a couple. One guy's taking all of the idioms seriously. I was dreaming about what it meant to take idioms seriously. So what does it really mean to kick the bucket? You're going to kick a bucket. And I'm going to challenge you guys. My song is interactive, so your challenge is to find how many idioms are in the song. And Lori did the other piece of art to this.
If I just talk? No way. So I was painting in response to her song. And so I had tried a few different sort of thumbnails of different ideas that were sort of too literal, but I still wanted to take her idioms literally because I felt like that was such a great inspiration, a great place to start from. So the name of her song is Get in Your Goat. And so I looked up where that came from. And actually, I don't know when or where, but they used to, jockeys and horse riding, they used to have, if you had like a really wild horse, you would give it a friend goat to keep it calm. And so to sabotage the rider with the crazy horse that had to be kept calm by a goat, the other jockeys would go and capture the goat and steal it away from the horse so that the horse would go crazy and then they couldn't ride it. So that's sort of the history of that, and it's sort of in the painting. And then my painting is actually called Pipe Dream. And that originated from opium smoking and the hallucinations that people would get. So there's a guy in the corner, and this is sort of actually his hallucination, and he's thinking about loss of a friend, actually. And that's why the goat is multicolored, and it's being captured and taken away. So just so you know what that is.
So here we go. Find the idioms, and there's a prize for the winner. shall I venture to the mountains or just through the woods, my dear? She almost said you've got a screw loose, but there are phrases to be more clear. I think you may have lost your mind, so it's time I hit the road. But I'm quite sure my brain's within my skull, and your knuckles might explode. So she threw in the towel, and this had surely been one for the books. There was no way to catch his eye, he never even saw her looks. So how many idioms were there? 14.